Hey, NJ here for mynexttablet.com, today with an unboxing of the Teclast M20 4G tablet. Alright, I've got the Teclast M20 in front of me. As I said, it comes with built-in 4G LTE. And yeah, it's a China tablet, which means you usually have to import it using shops like GearBest, and they are again the ones who sent me this review unit. So yeah, in this video we want to unbox it. This is the tablet. We will take a closer look at it a bit later. Then we've got some warranty rules inside here and some useful reminder, which I haven't read though. Then we've got the user manual, and by the way, there are several languages included. Obviously there is English and German and maybe Spanish. I'm not sure, I can't read that many languages. Anyway, we've got a user guide here. Then we've got an empty box. There's supposed to be a power plug inside. I'm not sure if that will be the case with the retail version. I don't know if I have the retail version or some review unit, or anyway, there's no power plug in this one. However, I think most of us have enough of them lying around. And then we've got a cable here. So let's see, it is a USB 2.0 to micro USB cable, so no USB-C. That is not that common in this price point anyway. Usually we get USB-C. This tablet costs around, I think it's 170 US dollars, around 150 euros. At least as a deal. The standard price might be a bit higher. Alright, that is it, nothing else inside the box. Then we can take a closer look at the tablet itself, which we have here. We've got a 10.1 inch display, a front-facing camera, black bezels around there. Then we've got another camera, and then we've got a micro USB port and a standard headphone jack. And I already tried this for my German video. This one can be taken off. And then we've got a micro SD card slot and indeed a dual SIM slot, so you can put two SIM cards inside this tablet. That's certainly nice to have. And then let's go around the device a bit further. We've got a speaker over there, a microphone on the bottom, another speaker, a power button, and a volume rocker. Again, a camera here. And this indeed is a metal body, a mostly metal body. Obviously this is plastic. We should have the antennas here as well. By the way, there should be GPS included as well next to LTE, and you should be able to make phone calls. Alright, but this is a metal body. However, it is relatively thick at 8 millimeters. Actually, we've got quite some tablets that are thick. The Surface Go, which has an awesome build quality, is 8.3 millimeters thick. However, Android tablets usually are a bit thinner than Windows tablets, so 8 millimeters on an Android tablet is relatively thick. The Amazon Fire HD10 might have the same thickness though. As I said, this is a metal back, certainly. However, there's a little plastic bezel here, and that is the only reason I think why the build quality does not feel as high-end as it should with the metal body, because we've got a bit of plastic here. Actually, that's a bit similar to the Huawei MediaPad T510, which has a metal back and a plastic frame as well. This is not really a plastic frame, it's only around the screen here a bit. Anyway, it's relatively thick, as I said, and as far as I can see, the screen is not fully laminated. However, let's turn it on and check out the tablet in more detail. Alright, I'm back. I connected the Teclast M20 to my Wi-Fi and Google account, and now we want to take a closer look at this tablet. We will start with the display. It's a 10.1 inch display, and it has a very high resolution of 2560 by 1600, and because of that, text and icons look really sharp. So yeah, we've got a really high resolution here, especially at this price. That is quite nice. The brightness is alright as well. It's not dark, but it's not super bright either. It's totally fine. Colors look nice, contrast seems to be good, the viewing angles seem to be pretty good as well. However, the screen is not laminated. That means there's a little air gap between the touch layer and the IPS panel below. That has two downsides. First of all, sometimes you might think you're not touching something correctly, but that's really only a problem if you are working with a stylus, and this does not support an active pen anyway. The other more major downside is that you will see reflections more easily. Obviously not right now, but especially if you're in direct sunlight, like I've got a big window here, there you certainly see reflections. Now, there are a lot of tablets that have not laminated screens. The most popular example is the iPad 2017 and even the iPad 2018. Both do not have laminated screens either, and most people are fine with that. I'm fine with that too. However, if you see it directly next to a tablet with a laminated screen, you will see a small difference, especially a bigger difference if you're outside, for example. So yeah, I'm not sure how big of a deal that is to most people, probably not a big of a deal. When I reviewed the 2018 iPad, I asked quite a lot of people and everybody said it's awesome, the screen. But yeah, it's not laminated, so just something to note. Otherwise, the display is great. Inside runs a MediaTek Helio X23 processor, which actually is a deca-core chip with 10 cores, and the highest two are clocked at 2.3 GHz. Together with that, we get 4 GB of RAM and a 64 GB internal storage, and I did take a couple of screenshots. Of those 64 GB, only 7.4 GB are used by the system, so you can use quite a lot by yourself, and you can also expand it with a micro SD card slot, and I think the SD cards can be up to 256 GB in size. I also ran an Antutu benchmark, and that got 97,000 points, just above that, and in Geekbench 4 it got 1,500 and 4,600 points, which all of those three are very good results. And yeah, that places it in the upper middle class concerning the benchmarks. However, we've got a very high resolution screen here, and I already tried to play PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds Mobile. And with trying, I mean that in lower settings it works nice and smoothly, not many issues there. If you set it to medium, or I think they call it balanced, then you can play it, and what you're seeing here is played at medium or balanced settings, and it is playable. However, you will see stuttering in between. You're probably seeing that in this video right now as well. There's some stuttering in between. I would still call it playable, but it always depends on what you are used to. If you're used to super smooth PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds Mobile, then you won't like it at medium settings, and you have to play it at lower settings. So it's not a perfect gaming tablet at all, but it's only 150 euros or around 160, 70 US dollars, so it's quite cheap. And yeah, we don't expect a perfect gaming tablet at this price point. Other games like Asphalt 8, Asphalt 9 and Modern Combat 5, they should run nicely on here. There shouldn't be any issues. Not all of them will be playable at high settings. You probably have to set it to medium or a bit lower, but then it should be playable on here. Alright, let's take a look at the software. On here runs Android 8.0 Oreo, which is certainly nice to see. It's Android 8.0. And it is pretty much vanilla Android. There's no heavy UI on top. It really looks like standard vanilla Android. And that is certainly nice to see, because who wants a heavy UI that just customizes it too much or makes it less smooth, the animation and so on? Well, I really like that we're getting pretty much vanilla Android here. The only two apps I've seen that are pre-installed and not from Google are a file manager and an FM radio, and that's pretty much it. The rest are the standard Google apps. I, by the way, installed those benchmarks and the game. So yeah, that's certainly nice. I don't think there will ever be an update to Android 9. That's just very unlikely, not only with Chinese tablets, but with pretty much all manufacturers. Usually they don't get updated that much, and I don't think that will be the case here as well. Obviously, Teclast might surprise us, but yeah, probably not. Yeah, I tried the browser, but everything should run smoothly. The same should be the case for pretty much all apps. The hardware should be fast enough for that, just not for high-end gaming. By the way, you can find Netflix in the Play Store, so it supports certain DRM standards, but I'm pretty sure it will not support Netflix in HD. Usually China tablets do not support that, but I will test that for my final review. And by the way, what I'm just noticing here is we have a phone app and a messaging app, so you can use the built-in LTE, but also make phone calls with a headset that would be a bit better, and send SMS text messages. So that is what's supported. Obviously, this tablet has to support the LTE bands in your country. So I'm not sure in which country you are. You should check it out and then compare it on the Teclast website, for example. In Germany, it does not support the LTE band 20. So in Germany, it should not be perfect for LTE. You probably will only get 3G or 2G depending on the carrier and where you are. Yeah, just something to note. If you plan to use the LTE built in here, then you should just confirm if it supports the LTE bands from your country. Alright, that's a quick unboxing and hands-on with the Teclast M20. Now I have to really start my review and use it for a couple of weeks. And yeah, if you have any questions, write me down below, then maybe I can include that in my final review. My first impressions are, they are alright. The display has a very high resolution, is bright enough, colors look nice, however it is not laminated. That is a downside. Even if the iPad has it, it is still a downside. The performance is good enough for most things, and standard gaming, high-end gaming, yeah, more in like medium to low settings. And the build quality is alright. It's not the best. It's relatively thick at 8mm, but I guess it's fine. The software is certainly fine with Android Oreo. And yeah, not too many downsides here. However, there's a big competitor, and that is the Amazon Fire HD 10, which has a plastic body only and a full HD resolution only. However, there the screen is laminated, and the real life performance should be very similar. So if you are living in a country where you can get the Amazon Fire HD 10, I will probably recommend you to get that one instead of this, unless you really don't like the UI from Amazon. They customize it very heavily, and yeah, unless you really need a high resolution screen and built-in 4G. That's what Amazon is not offering. Otherwise, if you're not in a country where you can get an Amazon tablet, then this has very few direct competitors at this price, almost none. So then it is certainly interesting. Alright, I really have to review it now before I say more about it. Yeah, I really have to use it for a couple of weeks. Again, if you have any questions, please write me down below. I'm Angel for mynexttablet.com, and this is the Teclast M20 4G tablet. Thanks for watching.